Hello and welcome, friends. Welcome to another episode where I review vintage fountain pens. Today, I have for you a fountain pen from the 1970s. I present to you the Centro Pen 3268, a nice piston filler made in Czechoslovakia in the 1970s. This is a piston filler, and one of its design traits is this quite modern looking cap. It has a design of the 1970s. The cap unscrews. We can see the ink window, the piston filler, and let me show you how it unscrews, and you can see it here. It has a plastic ending and it is in perfect functional order. I don't think that this fountain pen is fitted with its original nib. You can see a bear on that is risen on two legs, and I recognize this logo. It is from a East German nib producer. In this case, we have a steel nib. On the back, we have a feed, and I presume it's ebonite. And we will see how it writes. What can I say about the history of Centro Pen? Well, I have in my collection an iconic fountain pen, or let's say a set, because it's formed from beautiful mechanical pencil and this wonderful fountain pen. So this is a product of the 1950s. It's in beautiful silver. It has all the hallmarks of the silver, and most of all, it has this beautiful repat 14 karat nib made in Czechoslovakia. So this is a quite nice nib, a flexible nib. And this particular fountain pen has an interesting filling system. You can see it right here. So practically we push on this rod and it creates vacuum through this sack, because this is a sack, a plastic sack, and the ink is drawn to this reservoir. And interesting that this ending is transparent, and it has a rollover ink window. So this is an iconic product from the 1950s. And you must know that under the communist regimes, all the manufacturers of writing instruments in Czechoslovakia were nationalized, and in the 1950s they were all centralized, and the new entity was called Centro Pen, and that's the name of Centro Pen. All the producers were brought to the same roof, and at first in the 1950s they delivered this luxury written instruments that were quite expensive. And now we are returning to the fountain pen from the 1970s. Clearly we can see a difference in quality. This is a plastic injected fountain pen. Is not so expensive, and I think it was made for students or school children. I'm sorry. I will leave its dimensions on the screen, and then we will do the written sample. For the written sample, I thought to myself that this would be appropriate, a Faber-Castell wrote red ink. So I will simply open it Okay, let me turn the piston, and now we'll simply draw the ink. Oh, I'm sorry guys, what happened? Oh no. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so I was under the impression that we have the ending still there, but no, it was the ink. Now I have here a tissue. I will just clean it. And now we'll be ready for the writing sample. Always remember guys to put back the cap. Okay, so for the writing sample, I think that it is better to change the angle of the camera for you to see better the written sample. Okay, and let's give it a little zoom. So guys, you can post it, and it posts quite securely. I will leave it posted. The Centropen 3268. Let me zoom. Okay, so we have Centro Pen 3268. This is made in Czechoslovakia in the 1970s. So, made in Czechoslovakia in the 1970s, I presume, or maybe in the 1980s. This is a nice piston filler with an ink window. Unfortunately, we have a steel nib. I'm not so sure it's from this pen. I know that it was produced in East Germany. Judging by the way it writes, I think it's an M from medium, a medium nib. And it is quite an practical and a simple fountain pen. I particularly love the ending of the clip. It is quite modern. And by the way guys, I paid for it around 75 lays, which means around 13 euros or 15 American dollars. I think it wasn't such an expensive buy. I don't have many Centro Pen pens, indeed just that set, and I particularly like the repeat nibs. They are good quality nibs. In general, they are in gold, but I think that also the steel nibs from Centro Pen are quite nice. Again, I think that this is an Eastern German nib, but as you can see, it performs quite well. Let me see now, and we will give it a little zoom. Let me see how juicy this nib is. It's quite juicy. Let me see if the steel nib has some variations. No flex. A little line variation when you put pressure on it. Let me see if this nib can do reverse writing. It wasn't designed for reverse writing, so a bad flow of ink and a little bit scratch, but it writes also in reverse. Let me see how it does on signatures. So quite nice. It is a smooth nib, good quality. This East Germany nib. The quick, lazy dog. What can I say? It is smooth, but sometimes it scratches a little bit. And guys, when it scratches, It is time to check out the times. Let me see how I can zoom. Uh, this is the best zoom I can. So in fact, you can see the tiles are slightly uneven, and the whole feed is it isn't aligned, but it appears that the tipping material is okay. I don't know, guys, maybe it needs a little bit of work. So this is the logo, and this is the ebonite feed. Guys, this was my review of interesting fountain pen from Eastern Europe, Centropen. I hope that wherever you are, you will have a nice day. I thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this review. If you've enjoyed this review and you want to see other reviews of new and vintage fountain pens, please subscribe to my channel to support my YouTube activity. This review and you want to see other reviews of new and vintage fountain pens, please subscribe to my channel to support my YouTube activity. I will see you again at the next review. Till then, bye bye, and please take care of yourselves.